All right, welcome traders. It is Tuesday, April 16th, 2024, and this is our nightly wrap up for the day in trading. But before we jump in, I want to do a little bit of training with you, provide some additional value. And we were doing one of our small group coaching sessions that we offer in our Income Navigator trading group today. And I want to share some of that with you so that you get a sense of what we're talking about. But really, I'm doing it more for making sure that you've got a plan that you have to trade from. Because I see a lot of traders just kind of shooting from the hip, changing strategies constantly every couple of months. They're moving from one strategy to another, major overhauls, different hedging, different trades. I want you to have a plan. And you're only going to be successful if you've got a plan. So let's jump into a little bit of the training that we did today. And I just want to talk about the importance of having a plan in training or in trading here. So again, effective trading requires detailed planning. And in the course that we did today, in this little lesson that I'm going to cover with you today, we'll just cover a little bit more about why planning is essential and how it can significantly impact your success as a trader. And one of the phrases I've used a number of times here and a couple other places is that trading without a plan is like setting sail without a destination. Okay? You're just going to be aimlessly wandering the seas with no place to go. You're over here, you're moving over there. The wind blows you one direction or another. You see something, you go towards it, okay? But it never really gets you anywhere. And the goal here, when you're putting together a trading plan, is to have a document, okay, that's going to give you the roadmap to get you to where you want to be. But until then, you're really kind of aimlessly wandering as a trader. And I think many people are in this particular situation. So hopefully this will help you a bit here today. But here's why planning is crucial. And number one, risk management. So a well thought out trading plan is going to help you define your risk tolerance and help you set your stop loss levels. It's going to help protect your capital from significant losses. So risk management is really a key here when you're putting that plan together, understanding, what kind of a risk tolerance do I have? Okay. How much should I be allocating to each particular trade? How much should I be willing to risk in each trade? Not necessarily what I'm allocating, but how much money am I going to lose and where do I draw the line? What are my stops look like? Is it a 1x, a 2x, a 5x, a 50% loss? When do you cut the cord, okay, and eject out of the trade? When do you pull the eject button and get out of a trade? Okay? You have to understand where that eject button is, and you have to have a pretty good idea of when I'm supposed to pull that eject lever while I'm in the trade. So risk management, critical. If you don't have a plan that details your risk management, again, you're just floating aimlessly on the sea with no direction and no place to go. Number two, discipline. What a trading plan is going to do for you is instill discipline by providing you with a clear guideline for when to enter and exit trades, which is going to help you avoid emotional decisions that lead to losses. They see it every single day in trading. Okay? I see it on YouTube for the people that are willing to share their honest trades. Okay? But I also see it right in trading groups that I'm in, or even our trading group as well. Even though we preach having a plan, people either don't have their plan put together or they're not following it. Okay? When do you get into a trade? We do this every single night in this YouTube channel. Okay? I'm going through the different charts. I'm deciding what charts are good setups for different types of trades. Okay? Then in the service, we're going to tell you when we actually get in, why we got in, and when we're going to, again, pull the ripcord, okay, on that and the parachute, or whether we're going to take the win and when that's going to be. The key is you've got to have a plan for that. You can't just leave it up to, you know what, I'm down 170%. I'm just gonna get out of this trade. It's probably going to go bad. Okay? You're not following your strategy. Many times, if you're down 170%, it might continue to that 2x loss, that 200% loss, and you're going to be out. Okay? But you don't know that. You don't know when something is going to reverse. You don't know when something's potentially going to bottom. Every day in the market, it's a coin flip. Okay? Every day we have a 50-50 chance of going up or down. Okay? You can use some technical analysis to try to give yourself an edge, but really, Are you going to go up? Or are you going to go down? I mean, we're trending down in the market right now, but was today a down day? Well, no, today was a little bit of a, well, it was a down day, and now we're up after hours. Did you expect to be up after hours? Well, if we're trending down and the trend is down, some days are going to go up within that trend. Some days are going to go down. You need the discipline to be successful here. And a trading plan does that. Number 3, consistency. Great traders are consistent in their trades and their strategies. Consistency is a key to trading. A good plan ensures that you're going to stick to a specific strategy and avoid impulsive or inconsistent actions. Putting a trade on repeatedly, staying small, trading often, okay, allowing that positive expectancy to work. If you know you've got a trade that should work 80% of the time, does your strategy allow for you to continually put that trade on with a certain setup, but enough times to let that 80% play out over time? Sometimes you'll take a loss. Well, if you're selling options like we typically do, your losses are typically larger than your individual gains. The key is we're relying on high probability setups to allow us to win way more than we lose. Okay, many more times at least. Okay, but one loss can wipe out 2, 3, 4 trades potentially. That's all good, but you gotta let your plan tell you how to be consistent when I'm taking my trades on and off, and you gotta let them work. Okay. One of the things we saw recently was some traders losing on some strangles. Okay, I had 2 strangles lose a couple weeks ago. Okay, since then we've been in pretty good shape. Okay, strangles are playing out well. I think we've got an overall, I'll even check right now, but overall on strangles, we've got like a 90% win rate still on strangles. But the key is, are you staying consistent? Are you putting these on over and over and over and over and over to let the probabilities play out? Or do you take a loss and then you know what, I'm not going to trade this I'm not going to trade gold. Okay, it's too crazy, and I'm okay with that. Okay, but are you going to put something else on, or are you just going to, you know what, I just have no luck at strangles, I'm going to wait, and then all of a sudden I want to get back into strangles because Tom's still at 90% and he keeps winning, so I've now got FOMO that I'm missing out on trades, so I'm going to get back in, and I get back in on a losing day. Okay, it happens. Okay, the key is you're not consistent. You're not allowing yourself to be consistent in your trading. The best traders are going to be consistent over time. Okay. Next piece here is objective evaluation. With a trading plan, you can objectively evaluate your performance against your predetermined criteria and your goals. Okay. It's going to allow for continuous process improvement of your plan. Okay. How do you get better? You've got to go back and review your trading strategies. You've got to journal everything. You've got to track every trade. You've got to track every strategy, and you've got to determine what's working. Question from one of our members today was, well, how often should I adjust my trading plan? Well, it really depends on what your trading plan time horizon looks like. If you're trading something that you've only been at that's a short-term trade type of strategy, then maybe you're going to be wanting to look at that every week or something like that. If you're trading a strategy that's built to work over time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or something like that, then maybe you're going to look at something every quarter. I typically will look at things on a weekly basis and then a monthly basis, but I don't really change any strategies until I have a really good, solid amount of data collected. You can't make a decision off of 1 or 2 or 3 trades. Okay? You've got to allow 50, 60, 100 trades, something like that, to let those probabilities play out. 10 or 20 trades is not going to do it. Okay. And if 10 or 20 trades takes you a year to get that many trades on, okay, look at your plan, look at your strategies. So maybe I can't evaluate this until after a year. Okay. You've got to figure out what's the best time horizon on that. And then the last thing here is goal achievement. Putting a plan together is going to help serve as a roadmap for you to achieve your financial goals. It's going to help you stay focused on your objectives. And this is really key here. You need this roadmap. You need to have a destination when you're setting sail. You need to know where you want to be and how you're going to get there. But how do you know if you're on pace, if you're on track? Well, that evaluation is going to help with that. But that goal achievement, you want to stay focused on your objectives. And I think one of the keys when we do trading, with people is mindset. So mindset is 80, maybe 90% of trading. Okay, the rest of it may be your strategies and everything else that you have. But 80 or 90% is mindset. When you want to achieve a goal and you have maybe a planner or something, and you've got a goal, maybe I want to climb a mountain or something like that. Maybe I want to sail from Miami to the Bahamas. Maybe I want to go hiking in West Virginia on my own or something. Who knows? I'm just throwing ideas out of things that may have, or whatever might be on your bucket list. Okay. There's a whole reason it's called a list, and that's for you to write it down, because when you write something down and you write goals down, they become real. Okay? They take form, they take shape, and become etched in your mind. Before you go to bed at night, do you write down your goals? When you wake up in the morning, do you write down your goals? Those people that are serious about accomplishing goals, great athletes, great entrepreneurs, okay, great people out there will write their goals down. Okay? And that helps them achieve those goals because they become real to them. And you can start to see how I'm doing along the way, but I want you to keep the end in mind, which is going to help your mindset stay a lot more consistent. All right. So that being said, let's keep moving on, but I hope this was helpful. If you don't have a trading plan, get a trading plan. If you're in our Discord and you haven't signed up for the small group training sessions on how to build a trading plan, okay, come and join it. Okay. Find out exactly how to structure your plan, how to start with your why, put your goals together, be specific, income or growth oriented. What are your goals? Then you determine your strategies. Okay? To go join somebody's Discord and start trading like them makes zero sense to me. Okay. Unless you put a plan together. Okay. I'm even talking about my own Discord or my own YouTube. Okay. Just because I'm talking about a certain trade, maybe it's a 1-1-2 trade, or maybe it's a naked put trade, or maybe it's a ratio spread trade, or maybe it's 90-day strangles or 60-day strangles, or whatever you might want to do. The key is what trades do you want to do? I see it now. Some people put their trade plans out there. I know Bobby over at Trader Nerds does it. Tony from Mexico does it. He shared his trading plans with people. I know these people have put their trading plans. I give you my trading plans as well. I tell you exactly what I'm trading. Okay, but just because I traded or Tony trades it or Bobby trades it or Lance trades it over in Theta Trades, it doesn't really matter what we do. The first thing you have to do is figure out, does this make sense for me? Okay, what's going to fit my risk tolerance, my goals, my time frame? All of those things, you got to put that stuff together first, and then you can figure it out. Okay? Chasing somebody else's shiny objects all the time is the quickest way to lose money in trading. There's a reason 90% of people fail in trading, and that's one of them. It's not being disciplined, staying consistent in your approach, but really it's just not having a plan. Okay, it's not having a plan, not following your plan, and it's following someone else's plan. Okay? Is the 1-1-2 trade right for you? Maybe not. Don't trade it. Okay. Are strangles right for you? Maybe not. Don't trade them. Okay. Is a naked put right for you? Maybe not. Don't trade it. Or, ratio spreads, whatever, whatever we get into, covered calls, the wheel strategy. It doesn't mean just because somebody else is having success with it, that their goals match your goals. I think it's silly to start to follow people and start to implement their plans without you having a plan first and deciding, does this type of strategy actually fit my plan? Okay, so that's what I want you guys to think of as we get into it. Let's take a look at how our account did today, and let's keep moving on. Okay, so as we look at our account and our trade plan, this is how we manage our plan every single day. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our metrics. 3 key metrics that we put on. Number 1 is our delta in line. 0.2% is my plus or minus my delta maximum. I'm at 0.24. It's a little high, okay, but the market's been dropping. So a 1 up day could potentially change this delta. So it's not really too far out of whack. I'm not gonna panic on it right now. It's there. I'm aware of it. Okay, I've got long delta. I've got to make sure that I keep that somewhat under control if it matters. Okay. Theta. Okay, I'm looking at theta because I'm a theta trader. Okay, I'm a premium seller. I want to generate as much premium as possible within the realm and guidelines of my buying power. My theta is 2220, which is 0.49, which is over my typical theta percentage. Okay, so delta and theta is always about twice the delta for me. Okay, they're a little high right now, but that's because volatility has picked up in the market, even though the VIX is still only sitting around 18, but volatility has picked up from the 12, 13 range to the 18, 19 range, right? They're still okay, not going to make any difference. Net lick rose today, so we picked up a nice, $6,000, something in net lick today. Didn't close any trades. And our BP usage ticked up today, primarily due to volatility. We didn't add any trades to our trade plan. Okay. However, when we take our bill out of it, we're still about 63% now. That's higher than our 50. Okay, so we're right now in a lockdown from a trading perspective. I'm not going to try to get it back to 50. It hasn't hit my buying power maximum that's defined in my trading plan, but buying power runs my plan. Okay, if I have 50% or less of buying power available, I'm going to be looking to put on trades, and I'm going to figure out what trades make the most sense. Number one. Number two, if I'm over 50%, we're in that again. We're in a lockdown right now. We're under house arrest from a BP trading standpoint. We can't trade. Okay, I can't trade until my BP drops back to that 50-ish range. Okay, we did a long training today, over an hour worth of training for members on exactly how to go about reducing your buying power when it becomes a little too frothy for you. However, I have not hit that limit. Okay, 50 is where I want it to be. Over 50, I stop trading, and then when I hit a certain point, as defined by my plan, okay, then I will go into adjustment mode, and I will look to adjust my buying power back down. And I gave four different ways to do that between buying puts, taking off winners, adjusting certain types of trades that we have, and then lastly would be to reduce my percentage of bill, my treasury ETF. Okay, I could do that right now, pull 10, and drop my BP use down. It's 63 after bill. Okay, which means I'm at 73. I'm okay until I get to a certain threshold. I'm not going to make a move on any of these things, but I'm frozen. Not going to trade. Stick to my plan. It's going to pay off over the long run. Does your plan tell you when you can and cannot trade based upon your risk management principles? Okay, BP is the #1 risk management principle. Anyway, for the year, right now we're still up almost 13% in realized gains. We're up about 7% year to date in our net lick. We are beating the S&P. We're not where we were. We'll get back there. Most of this has been a little bit of unrealized losses on primarily ZB and a little bit on the Aussie dollar. And that's really where we've taken a little bit of a drop on our net lick, but we're nowhere near stopping out, so it's all good with that. And then I also have all of my strategies outlined down here. What's my allocation per strategy, whether it's 112s or futures or strangles or 120-day trades, my spec trades, my hedges, okay, how much bill, okay, that's all outlined not only in my tracking document, but it's in my actually full trade plan as well, which is a pretty detailed plan, dozens of pages long, that lays out the financial groundwork for my trading business. And I treat it like a business. Trading is a business. It's not a hobby. Okay? A hobby is not something where you're going to lose money. Okay? A hobby might be skiing, golfing. Those are hobbies. Okay? Traveling might be a hobby. Okay? They may cost money, but they don't lose your money. Okay? Those are hobbies. Okay? Trading for me is not a hobby. It's not something that I want to lose money on. Okay? I want to play golf for fun. Okay? Trading and losing money is not fun. Okay? Trading is a business, and you got to treat it like a business, and you would never run a business or start a business without a business plan. In fact, no bank's going to lend you any money if you don't have a business plan. You can't operate without a business plan. You can't open a business without an operating agreement. Okay? Can't form a corporation without an operating agreement. There's a reason for that. The reason is to make sure that you're giving yourself the best odds to be successful. Why would a bank loan anyone that doesn't have a business plan money? They wouldn't. Okay? The reason they require that business plan is because they want to evaluate whether this person is worth the risk of loaning that money out, whether this person has a plan on how they're going to achieve or hit certain goals and metrics. Okay? If you have no plan and you don't know where you're going, again, you're in a ship at sea with no destination. You're just floating around in all directions, getting blown by the wind every which way. Maybe eventually you're going to hit a hurricane, okay, or some rough seas that may capsize your boat, and that's the end. Okay, get a destination. Okay? Put that plan together on how you're going to get to that destination, and make sure that you have all the tools needed to achieve that plan. Okay? Are you doing all the right research? Are you doing all the things that are necessary for you to achieve your plan? I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I don't want to get too much more into it. We're not going to go through charts tonight. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow somewhere. I really want you to think of what's your plan look like? And if you don't have a plan, how are you going to get one? Okay, where do you go to make a plan? Okay, and whose plan do you want to model off of, or whose plan do you want to make? Well, you want to make your own plan. Okay, you don't want to be trading like everybody else. You don't want to trade like me. You don't want to trade like anybody else that's trading. Okay, you want to trade like you. Okay, now maybe some of the things I do resonate with you, and if that's the way you want to trade, and that fits your risk management, your mindset, your growth goals to a large degree, come and take the trades, okay? But if you're out there just watching these YouTube videos of myself or other people out there, and you're just trying to mimic what we do, okay, you're going to get smoked eventually when the market goes against you and you don't understand how we are adjusting or moving things around, or when we pare back, or when we stop out. You don't have all of the details. You're guessing at this, and it's not your plan. It doesn't make sense for you, okay? If this was a video that you found helpful, click the like button down below there. Let me know that this was helpful to you. If you're not a subscriber, come and subscribe. And for the love of Pete, if you want to learn how to trade and you want to learn how to create a well-defined trading business plan, that's what we do. Okay? More than anything, our goal is to get you trading a plan, understanding the strategies, okay, knowing where that eject button is, how to hedge, how to be safer with your trades, okay, and then we'll cover the strategies last. Okay, but that's really the key is strategies are last. They're not first. Don't go into trading or investing thinking, oh, I want to trade iron condors or credit spreads or sell naked puts or trade the 112 or trade SPY or do any of these types of things. Don't go into it first that way. You've got to have your plan. Hope this makes sense for you. Everybody have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.